Can you buy a thriving business in Australia for just $1? Hello, everyone. My name is Tessa. I'm here to introduce you to Reagan Rodriguez. Reagan is a futurist who teaches stratosphere wealthy legacy families how to become impact investors. Hi, Reagan. How are you?
I am doing better than I deserve. I really am. How about yourself?
I'm wonderful today. In fact, I'm in the snowy. I have a beautiful snowy surrounding today. I'm excited.
Good.
But you can buy a business in Australia for $1. Is that even possible?
Yeah, what a great topic. And I was going to say, with the background that you have, I'm not sure if you're in Aspen right now or
I wish.
Park City here with so you're right. The scenery is great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, thank you. I actually am in Kentucky, so they have a ton of snow up here right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, as I told you briefly, for those of you that know, we don't record live like you're hearing. Generally, what we do is we record on Wednesday. And then this gives Tessa time to download it, put it on YouTube. But yesterday, I had an amazing meeting with a wonderful person named Marlene Matthew. And towards the end of the meeting, we then started talking about the topic that I love to talk about, how I help clients of mine buy businesses through seller financing or at $1 or 10 pounds down. And so we got to talking about that. And I thought, why don't I, as you remember, I texted you and said, we can't record tomorrow. I'm out of town. I've got to get back. I've been away. We had a very long meeting, so I was away from my computer, away from email. And I said, what time can you do today? And so I think it was like at 8:30 you texted me, or that I saw it. You said I can do 10 a.m. And the next thing you know, it was 9:38 a.m. And I thought, what's the topic? And I thought, you know what? We'll just go over what I talked with Marlene about, and then I'll just kind of share my own thoughts, right? So we'll get started. Let's unlock the opportunity in small to medium-sized businesses. What I want to do today is I want to spotlight a seismic opportunity, a chance to rewrite the rules of wealth creation while addressing some of the most pressing challenges of our time. It starts with a demographic tidal wave. The baby boomer generation, as I shared with you a couple of weeks ago, they own 70% of small businesses, and they're heading into retirement. In the United States, this is what I had mentioned to you the other way, that there's 10,000 that retire, and adult diapers outsell baby diapers. So that's the profound shift. These businesses are the heartbeat of society. The businesses I've helped, sustainable businesses, solar, electric vehicle charging network operators, and eco-friendly waste to management firms. Those enterprises quietly power, yet they have a dilemma. They lack natural successes. They generate less than 5 million in annual profits. And so what that does is it makes it too small for private equity, and then it's maybe not sexy enough for venture capital. So the opportunity in transition for an owner, seller is more about dollars. It's about preserving legacy, securing their team's future, and ensuring their life's work does not just vanish. Yet the data is that most small to medium-sized businesses fail to sell, and those that do rarely achieve meaningful valuations. So for the first time in history, the next generation is smaller than the last, and that creates a vacuum in leadership and ownership. This is where I come in. The opportunity is not to reinvent the wheel, but to make these businesses, optimize them, and let them thrive. Let me tell you a story about a sustainable packaging company that I helped acquire. It was hemorrhaging on the brinks of collapse, yet I saw its potential. I addressed I unlocked hidden value, and then we transformed it into a profitable enterprise. Within a year, it was thriving. It was a win-win for everyone involved. It was like a masterclass into turning challenges into triumphs. So how do you buy a business without bags of cash or sleepless nights? Okay. You can buy a thriving, profitable business without spending a dime of your money. As I mentioned, this is not a late night infomercial. This is proven. This is a strategy. This is what smart investors like Marlene would do to skip the startup grind and go directly into success. No hunting for customers, no sleepless nights with crafting marketing campaigns, and no endless trial and error to make a profit. You acquire something that's already humming along. And the best part, there are millions of businesses like this, and they're waiting for someone that's bold enough that can seize the opportunity. Now, I know what you're thinking, because I hear this all the time. Reagan, I'm not some mega rich investor. I can't buy a business. And here's the kicker. You don't need to be wealthy, and you certainly don't need to empty your savings account. You just need to understand how to structure the deal creatively. Imagine taking over an eco-friendly insulation firm. Instead of using your own cash, use the business future profits, pay for the acquisition. Your new business essentially buys itself. The secret sauce of deal making, it's not magic. There's a method. Let me debunk a myth. Success isn't about grinding it out with blood, sweat, and years in the trenches. The real game changer is deal making. Think of it as starting at mile 25 at a marathon and still taking home the medal. You've heard me give that analogy before, right? Now, when you turn I turned a eco-friendly, lost my train of thought, sorry. Instead of marketing campaigns, let's leverage the strength of that business and the potential. The icons of business, let's say somebody like Buffett, Branson, Musk, they built their empires not by starting companies, but by acquiring them. And the good news is you don't need deep pockets to play this game. You need strategy, you need vision, and the ability to spot that diamond in the rough. The key lies in identifying a motivated seller, right? Why would someone want to sell a profitable business, you might ask? Because life happens. Marlene and I talked about this. Sometimes people are tired, they have family changes, or maybe they're just ready for a new chapter, right? Their reasons vary, but the opportunity for you is the same. Why are small businesses overlooked? Okay, that's a question I get. They represent 50% of GDP, yet it's an immature economy. So institutional capital ignores them. Why? 3 reasons. 1, risk. They're vulnerable to staff or customer losses. 2, scale. They cannot absorb the $10 million investments institutional funds deploy. 3, liquidity. Investments in small to medium-sized enterprises often lack clear exits. This disconnect leaves trillions of dollars on the table. And it's inequality, and it's starving businesses of capital to help flourish. That creates small businesses as an asset class. The solution, though, is clear. If we can solve the issues of risk, scale, and liquidity, then we can unlock billions of dollars and create small to medium-sized enterprises as a new asset class. Imagine a world where global capital flows into sustainable businesses, helping communities and fostering innovation. This isn't just an economic opportunity. Think of it as a moral imperative. This works whether it's a multi-million-dollar business or a small asset or a Facebook group. You can grow the business, you can sell it, or keep it as a cash-generating asset. It's up to you. Now, the Fifth Avenue Underground Club, that's a movement for change. This vision is why I founded the Underground Club. It began as a way to share strategies for acquiring businesses without upfront capital. And now it's evolved into a mission to transform a small to medium business landscape. Over the years, we've honed these methods through hundreds of deals, proving that this model works and works brilliantly. The future of wealth creation, reconnecting money with small enterprises, businesses, that's not just a strategy, it's a revolution. By channeling global capital into these businesses, we're democratizing wealth, strengthening communities, and restoring the meritocracy. So here's my challenge to you. Think bigger. The tidal wave is already here. Will you ride it or watch it pass you by? That's that.
That's
Last thing I'm
wonderful.
going
Thank
to
you for
close with
sharing.
is
Thank you so much for sharing. And to find out more, we will put a link in the chat and with the most recent website link because we are launching for the underground. And but in the meantime, I will say that you can reach Reagan at Fifth Avenue Capital 5THAAVC.com. But we'll have both links in the post as soon as they're ready. So Reagan, is there anything else you want to share with us before we kind of tell everyone how to follow you and when to see you online?
no, other than to say this talk that I gave was kind of inspired by Marlene Matthews. So thank you for your time. And I give you my word. You said you like this. I'm going to find where I got it, even with the gold pin, and get this for you. And the other thing, thank you for the chocolates. You know me, Tessa. I've got such a sweet tooth.
Oh,
She got me
chocolate.
some chocolates. She gave them to me before she left. And you know
Oh.
me, last night I had to indulge. I mean, I ate quite a bit.
You might
And
have
then
sampled
I
a
went
few.
to bed after I brushed my teeth and I had a little, so I had to take another half of this and just left it in my mouth till it melted. So I'm going in on this again tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, I know you do have a sweet tooth, but if you haven't already, you can hit the subscribe button so that you get notifications when we go live. We're live on Fridays at noon Eastern time. And you can find out more information about Regan on the website that we have in the chat. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next week.